Hi, thanks for watching my YouTube video. So this is a what sold video on between April the 4th through April the 10th, 2021. I am Jocelyn and I call myself the PhD reseller because I like to resell and provide people with information. So if you're brand new to this channel, you'll get an insight into some strategies and tips on better selling. This is my what sold video, so I'm going to go through the items that sold. Overall, it was a half decent week. It's spring break for a lot of places. You know, the stimulus check came out for a while, so people are still spending time on doing other things. So the week started off slow, and when the week starts off slow, I kind of know it's going to be a little bit of a slow week. But let's go ahead and get started. The most interesting thing about this week is that I sold on every site: Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Facebook, Walmart, and 2 of my eBay accounts. And the first slide I'm going to show you has to do with something that a video that I'm going to post tomorrow about how I had reduced the price of these items to try to get them sold because they were sitting for a while and I have not been able to get them sold. And the first thing you're probably thinking is, what the devil? Are you sure you put this on the right one? Yeah. So I sold both these toys, or figurines, whatever you want to call them, on Poshmark. So as you start looking at different places, if you're new, if you're established, and you're trying to branch out into other places, don't discount these other sites. Don't just say, oh, Poshmark's only for clothes and Etsy's only for handmade stuff. It's for all sorts of items. So let's talk about these. This one was Alice in Wonderland. I got this one from a lady who sold me a big bag of Alice in Wonderland stuff for 60 bucks. And I've sold the majority of things, and I still got probably 4 or 5, maybe 4 or 6 other items I haven't sold. So I have definitely made my money back from this. So anything I made off of this by now is just a straight profit. But on Poshmark, they did pay the shipping. So that's how much, I got $9 off of this. Like I said, this is straight profit. So not the biggest seller, but it had been in the store for a while. This one, The Good Smile, this was a little bit disappointing. The pricing, someone that gave this to me for free, so the pricing on it, the label was like $55. So I thought, oh, this is going to be really great, but it wouldn't sell. And someone made an offer and I took it because, you know what? $7.05 in my bank account is a lot better than no $5 in my bank account. Let's look at Facebook Marketplace. Facebook has been really slow lately. I mean, just almost dead slow. I would usually get, these were the only 2 orders I've made this week. And if you're interested, there are some Facebook groups. There is one Facebook group that is specific to talking about things that are going on the Facebook Marketplace. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely go about looking at that. But this was an item, the Lego, the books. What it was a box of books, and I had gotten this for free. So like I said, source as low as you can. So whatever you make in the end, it's good money. And what it was a box of Lego books, and it used to have a toy in it. And some of the books were gone. I didn't have the toy, so I just tried to sell them off. I know I listed them higher than that, but eventually I was like, I just want them gone. So I posted this, I reduced the price, and someone bought it within like 15 minutes. This one I also posted Sunday evening. Yeah, Sunday evening. And within like 15-20 minutes it had sold. And these are just some craft stencils by Martha Stewart. This was on a reduction when Michael's was opening back up after the spring had lockdown, and the guy was like, just take them. And I think I paid like maybe 99 cents. Let's look at Walmart. Sorry about the things on there. So if you are interested in selling on Walmart, you do have to apply for it. And they do want you to have either something like they like items that they want new stuff. You really can't sell used stuff on Walmart. I think maybe there's one clothing company. I'm not sure if they're selling new one or old ones. I can't remember, but I remember seeing one of these reselling, like ThreadUp or something like that, sells on Walmart. But Walmart wants things that have UPC codes, and they want things that are brand new. So it's very different from any other. You can't put the condition on anything you list on Walmart. It's considered to be new. And you just submit an application and you send them a link to your store. And I think I sent the link to my website and Amazon store. And then they went ahead and approved me. What's nice about Walmart right now is that they're trying to get more sellers on. So if you do have an Amazon store, I mean, if you're selling on Amazon, that's what a lot of people are using to get onto Walmart. But they only have, there's no fees to sell on it except for the selling fee. Like there is no, you can list as much as you want to, similar to Amazon, but they don't have like the $36, was it $35.99, however much the fee is to sell monthly on Amazon. So there is no monthly fee to sell on Walmart. So the only thing you pay is, I think it's a flat 15% fee on all of your items. So I sold 2 of these Tezos Sweet Cinnamon Spice. Again, I have a reseller certificate. If you're interested in getting one of those, some states require it, some states don't. But in order for me to get things wholesale, food wholesale, and that's how I got ungated in groceries, and Amazon was, I got my first ungating in groceries. So I sold 2 of them for $7.25. And then I got this at the dollar store. It was right around Christmas time. I figured maybe people would want to get stocking stuffers, and they just didn't really sell very well. And I was happy to get at least them sold. They were only $1, and they're light to ship. So, not money makers, but, sometimes you win some, you lose some, Now it's getting hot, so I'm going to have to put them away for a while because they're going to melt if I try to ship them. Let's look at my first eBay account. On the left is Gone with the Wind DVD. So I have a YouTube video about selling DVDs. I do sell a DVD probably every single week, if not more. I know I sold 1 or 2 this week already. And then the Jelly Belly Bean Boozles. I sold 4 of those. Now these prices are a little low on the Bean Boozles. And the reason why I'm pricing it low is because I'm trying to get this new eBay store to get up in some rankings. So I'm pricing it really low, lower than what I normally would, still making some money off of it, but definitely lower than what I would normally list it as. And you probably say, well, you're the reason why that, people aren't doing stuff, but there are other people that are selling it for a lot more. So there's room for everybody to list things and to run their business however they feel necessary to do so. The other thing that I sold on the other eBay store was books. So I'm still selling books. I sell at least a couple books a week. And this one, I can't even say how you sell it. Uniquit Mind. I took an offer on this. It might have been $5 or $2.89 to ship. If a lot of books I get for free, if it's not, it's like $1. So anything on that. And I got a bunch of books that I'm really trying to get rid of. So anything that I can get out the door. And the problem with books right now is that there is a couple of really large booksellers on eBay, and they price all their books pretty low. So it's kind of hard to match them, but you still can sell. On the right hand side, this one was a really disappointment because this book is $199 on eBay. On Amazon. The problem is gated. And I didn't want to go out and spend a bunch of money on 10 textbooks to try to get ungated in this particular type of textbook. So I probably had it listed for $150, and it went up and down and up and down. And I honestly was just tired of looking at it. Someone came and offered it. I said, take it. I don't need it. After a while, the problem with textbooks is the edition's going to go, there's going to be a new one, and then it's going to be out of date, and then I'm really not going to be able to sell it. So this was a huge disappointment. I got this from 888 Lots, though. I got it off of liquidation. Oh, I put this up there twice. Sorry, that book shouldn't have been included, so ignore that one. This one was interesting. The Mama Joanna. I was in Dominican Republic a couple years ago, and I got 2 of these bags on my way back through duty free. And they had been just sitting around for a while, and I said, I wonder if I could sell them. So I listed this on eBay. I listed on Mercari. Facebook would not let me list it because they said it's alcohol. I said, no, I purposely didn't put alcohol in there to make sure that it would pass Facebook's thing, but they denied it. I said, that's fine. So, if you get lost, if you get stuck on one, that's why I sell on so many of them. If one doesn't allow me to sell, I sell on another one. And a lady bought both of these bags. I had 2 of them, and I bought them for $6 each. So that was a pretty good rate of return to get to sell them, to take $6 and to sell it for $23. And this shipped in a flat rate envelope. So that was a padded envelope. So shipping was $8. I paid $12 total. $20 and what's that? 46 bucks. So $26 on that. It's pretty good for something that was sitting around and I didn't need it anymore. I had a couple of bottles of I bought a couple bottles back, so I didn't need to make those. This is Etsy. So I'm only going to list the stuff that's not anything handmade, just stuff that you can also sell. If you say, hey, I'm not crafty, you can sell supplies on Etsy. And this is what one of my biggest areas I sell on Etsy is supplies. These right here are these microfiber cleaning cloths. It's a supply because they're really tiny and they can get into crevices, so you can clean your small jewelry, you can any kind of glass, those sorts of things are it's a supply to clean things that you're making. You need to polish them and such. I got this off of DH Gate, and I would never recommend DH Gate anymore. They used to be really good. I used to have great service from them, but they've just turned awful. I would never recommend them. I'm waiting on 2 orders. I've had to cancel one, try to cancel another one, and the seller threatened me and told me that if I didn't pay them more money, that they would refuse money. And I'm like, dude, I don't know who you're talking to, but I'm not the one. Anyways, so yeah, I think I got like 1,000 of these for $100, and I have sold 20, and I sell them as an 8-pack. I still have I still have half the box left. So I have sold $163 worth. So I've made my money back. And then what's nice about these is that if you're ever trying to maybe get an e-commerce website going or something like that, anything kind of small you can give away. If you want to give away something, when I first started, I wanted some reviews and I needed people to, kind of give me something. I would put these in a little pouch, like a little plastic pouch, put a thank you on it, and put like a little post, like a little business card, and say this is what it's there for, and here it's free. Now I know some people throw them out and they say, oh, I don't like that kind of stuff, I just throw them out, and that's your choice. But I do believe that the free stuff that I gave away when I first started actually did help with the business and increasing sales. This one here, I got these, I believe, from Michael's, and you can't see them very well. They're edible sheets where you make things like you make like a stamp, like a little star or something, and you put them on something. So it's like edible sheets. I think that's all they call them, edible sheets. And I tried to sell them each individually, and they weren't selling individually, so I decided to put them together, and they sold on Etsy. A supply, because you need them. You cut them up and you make little things to make stuff. And this one I talked about, similar to last week. I got these off of AliExpress. Maybe I spent $0.25 on it. Maybe less than that. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe $1. I think I meant maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. I had these priced a little bit higher, like $15. But then the same sort of people are selling also on Etsy. So I did have to reduce the price a little bit in order to compete with other folks. But it's very light. They're really small. They're $3 to ship. So not the biggest profit in the world, but I do make at least some money off of those. Now let's go on to my my bigger eBay store. I didn't have a lot of sales this week, but let's see what I got. So on the left hand side was this DKNY tank top. I did not get this. I did not buy this. Someone gave this to me as a donation. And you're probably thinking, girl, how do you get so many people to give you stuff? Because I ask. I put out there, say, hey, does anybody, if you don't want to go down to somewhere, and I'm really honest. If people say, what are you going to do with it? I'm like, I resell. I sell it. And it's no more different than anybody going to Goodwill or, they resell those things. And, I do it to support myself. And so this one the comps weren't that great on it, but it was a cute top. And one thing you'll notice is, I'll show you something that took a while to sell, and you'll notice like the difference in the picture. So this one was fairly recent, just probably was maybe a week or two that I sold that. And the buyer, I paid the shipping. It was really light. It was really small. So, and that was and I do it by comps. So that was what the comps were selling for. Isn't it funny how a DKNY tank top is almost the same price as this keychain lanyard. So I got this one off of 888 Lots, and this one was just a lanyard that was shaped like a piano key. And this is why I say, like, look at the pictures. This was when I first kind of got started back in 2019. So this one had been maybe 2020. I want to say this was 2020, early 2020. I got this from a flea market. So I volunteer for a cat rescue place called Good Muse. And in the spring, unfortunately we haven't had it in the last 2 years, we would have a big flea market. And you could get some really good stuff. And especially if you went on the last weekend where they were everything was like $1 you walked out with. Or sometimes they give you something for free. I got like a stereo system for free. And because it wasn't quite working, and so they said, well, if you want it, you can have it. I was like, heck yeah, I'll have it. I'll figure it out. And it did work for a while, and then it stopped working, so it's kind of sitting there collecting dust. But I think this was $1. This took a while to sell. It's hard when you're trying to sell things that just don't have a name to them, and it was used. But someone finally bought this off of me. Okay, the next one is this Funko Pop Daenerys, Mother of Dragons, and this was one of these things where I did, and if you can see, you can't see it too well, but what I did was I figured out how much I spent on it, and I don't know if this was donated or maybe it was maybe $2 or $5. I can't remember. I'll have to go through my numbers again. And then what I did was I said, well, how much would it cost to ship? Okay, it's $2. It's going to cost maybe $5 to ship. So I need to sell it for at least $7 to at least make my money, and then added on the fees. So what I did was, after I figured out how much I needed to sell it for, I jumped up the price, and it was $21.99. And then because I have an eBay store, I cut the price down to 45%. So it looked like it was on sale. This next one on the left-hand side is the Foot Scrub Spongeable Pedicure. And this was one of these where it was in my house. And I know a lot of people, when they first get started, get really excited. And they're like, I'm going to go buy all this inventory. And I say, start with the stuff that you don't want anymore in your house. And this was been sitting in my house for a while. I want to say I got it from Target or CVS Pharmacy, maybe for a couple bucks, and someone had bought it. Springtime, ladies are wearing the sandals and need their feet done. On the right hand side, this one was a little bit hard to photograph. This came from an estate sale. I paid $2.25 for it, and what it was is these coasters, and they're silver plated, and they got this cute little etching, and you can kind of see on the side there's 6 of them. And it's got this little, these little prong holder things. Now, when I first got it, it was really tarnished, and I had listed it a little bit higher than, there was a couple other comps on eBay, and I listed it a little bit higher because I cleaned it. And I know some people, I've heard when people get something that's kind of tarnished, like, oh no, just sell it as is. Cleaning it up a little bit can allow you to make it sell. I mean, you can obviously tell it's got some tarnish. I cleaned it up the best as I could. but it looks a lot better than the one that was all tarnished, and therefore I was able to ask a larger price for it, higher price for it. And this one, oh, the shipping, it wasn't even that heavy. It wasn't even that heavy. So I think I shipped it first class. Yeah. So this one probably sold within a couple of hours, a couple hours after I listed it. So, and it was vintage, and I didn't know the name of it. So you can see it says drink coaster set holder. The other thing is, if you notice the title, what I have been using is this website called Keywords Everywhere. And I love this thing because what it does is you start typing in what you think something would be, and it'll tell you, yes, this is, let me back it up. So if I was to type in Spongeables pedicure, the search would say it's coming up 50 times. But if I said foot scrub, then the search came up 5,000 times. So instead of, and I know with eBay, the thought is put the brand first. But if the brand isn't a brand that a lot of people are going to sell, then you need to put what the item represents first. And so I put foot scrub first. When I had it as Spongeables, that doesn't come up, even though it was, still in the first kind of 5 words. But putting that keyword foot scrubbing first, I believe, sold it. And the same thing like here. I saw other people putting the silver-plated etched drink coasters in the front. And I looked and I said, well, what's selling? Drink coasters are selling, not and I actually had drink coasters in there twice. So I messed up and I didn't use the keywords right. Not trying to do keyword stuffing, but that's just some strategies for you when you're thinking about how to do keywords. And the last one on eBay, this came from 888 Lots as well. You can sell, look at the date. The date is 10/18, so you can sell. And I don't say it's expired because it's not expired. What it is, it's just past like the warranty date. So it is 2021, and this sold, and the date was 10/18. I do put the date and title if it's past the we'll just say expiration date. If it's past expiration date, and I also take a picture of it. So, and then it's also in the description. So I try 3 times, like here it is in the front, in the title, here it is in the picture, here it is in the description. So people will know that it is not something that is going to be brand. Okay, let's look at Mercari. Mercari wasn't too bad this week. Let's look at these 2 things. Just got a few more items. This was a Filofax A5 ruled white paper. I got this from 88 Lots, and I got the Smarting as well from 88 Lots. And the way that 88 Lots work is that they'll group certain items together. So you might get a lot that is kitchen supplies. Another one was, I think I got a bunch of office supplies. Don't ask me why I did that. I should have got like kitchen and office and got a variety of things. But no, I was like, I like office supplies. Everybody else does. And yeah, so I just listed these not too long ago. And then these took a while to sell. As you can see, February the 24th, but I had listed this one probably for about a year. So anything, trying to get that out the door. Compatible ink, those are really hard to sell. Even the normal ink, sometimes it's hard to sell, but the compatible, if you run across them, if somebody offers them to you, run. Don't pick them up. They're just slow sellers. Here's the microfiber cloths again. So anything that you can sell on some sites, you can list them on other things and they sell. I think I took a couple offers on these and I sold these for 2, but they're so light and small and I've gotten so many of them. Like I said, I've gotten all my money back from them. So anything that I'm selling now, which I know is probably like 500 of them, is going to be 500 divided by maybe 200 more orders at even $7 is $1,400. Is that right? 200 times 4. Yeah. No, 200 times 7. Yeah. Yeah, $1,400 more. So anything beyond this now Probably not that much, maybe $400, $400 or $500 is going to be profit. The next one is this sterling silver zodiac sign charm. I got this from AliExpress, and I started listing this in December. I think I tried to get the Christmas people in. A little late listing it. I had had it for a while. One of the issues was, not an issue. Now, one of the things that people sometimes will say, especially for, one of the issues that people have is answering questions. And people will get really offended, especially buyers will get really offended. Sellers will get really offended with a buyer that sends a message. So this young lady had sent me this message, and she said, of course, are they still available? Yes. And she says, do you have the Leo one? I said, yes, because I just had them all listed and said, tell me which one you want. And I decided I'm going to break them up. And what she said was, which one is the Leo? And I was like, no, girl, I don't know. But I went back through and I looked it up, and I said, I can't send you the picture, but it's the fourth one on the row. And then also, and I described what the Leo looked like. I said it has a round head and it looks like a little tail, like a little lizard or a snake or something. And she bought it. So it's when people are asking questions, it's not just that they're trying to be a pain. Sometimes they really want to buy it and they just want to make sure that they're buying the right thing. Last week I sold these, and I'm still selling these. I think I have maybe about 4 of these left. So these were Wyman glass cooktop cleaners, and I got these from 888 Lots as well. And this one, IKEA. Now IKEA is interesting because I'm not sure if you can buy stuff from IKEA online anymore, if they're allowing it. I know for a while they didn't. They were selling their stuff on Amazon, and then they pulled out. And so some people want these sorts of things, and there's maybe not an IKEA close by. I had it for a while. I didn't have any need for it, and so I just went ahead and sold them off. And you just make little popsicles and stuff from there. And the last slide, the last 2 on Mercari, is this blue expandable 13 pocket folder. I got this from 888 Lots. And as you can see, I started it off at like 22 and finally sold it off for 14 bucks. And it was just a folder that had like 13 pockets, and you could put your little business card in there and such. With COVID and less kids going to school and less people going into offices, it's been hard to sell any sort of office supplies, school supplies that normally would have sold because people are at home and there's not that desire, that need to go out and buy new, school supplies for kids. And then over here on the right hand side, Christmas sales all year round. And Christmas and Halloween, those are two seasons that really sell all year round, that you can typically find some things, especially Christmas. So this was a Hallmark Russian Barbie ornament. I got a bunch of these off of Goodwill. Some woman had dropped a bunch off for $1.99. So I got this one. I think I had listed for 16. Someone offered 11. And then 20 minutes later, somebody offered 12. And I debated back and forth. Of course, I'd want the 12, but I took the offer that came in first. So that is my What Sold video. I hope you enjoy it, and good luck with your sales this week. I hope they turn out well. And thanks again for watching. Goodbye.